Hello everyone, this is Di from DiGo Crochet. Welcome to my channel. This is my first tutorial for a corner to corner, which is a C2C. I know that there were several people who have been wanting to try C2C, but they feel like maybe it might be too hard. And actually there's a lot of video tutorials out there showing you how to do that, but everyone has a different way of explaining things. But I would advise to go ahead and view those tutorials and try them out. That way you'll know which one will work better for you. Okay, and I'm just going to do a small square, which contains, it's a 4x4, and I'll explain that in a little bit. Using this yarn that I had, it's a thicker yarn. I think it's a chunky weight. I'm not quite sure. I don't have the label to it. And so therefore I'm going to use my, my J hook for that one. Earlier I did a small square and I didn't weave in my end. I'm sorry about that. But what I mean by 4x4 is because it'll have 4 squares going this way and 4 going this way. Okay, that's what I'm saying. It's a 4x4. Okay, now on corner to corner, every row starts with a block. Okay, so we're going to start with the first block. Oops, this way. First block. First row. The second row contains 2 blocks. Third row will contain 3 blocks. The fourth row will contain 4 blocks. And then we will start the decreases. Okay, oops. Okay, so to begin, of course, we'll start with a chain of 6. But before we can do that, we need to do a slip knot. Everyone has their own way of doing slip knots. And you can use whatever method you like. Also, there's tutorials on how to do slip knots, but this is basically the way I do it. And basically, I just hold my yarn like this, and with my thumb, let's see. There we go. I'll get it like this. Okay, with my thumb, I hold this, and then the rest of it like that. Then I just put my fingers in here, twist it, and then grab the yarn and do my slip knot. I know that wasn't very pretty, not as smooth as I wanted it to go, but that's how I do my slip knots. I know there's other ways to do it, but this is what works for me. I can do it a whole lot better off camera. Okay, so now that we have a slip knot, we're going to chain 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now there's another way we can just chain 5 and then, you know, begin that way, but I'm going to do a chain 6. Maybe later I'll do another tutorial on how to work it with just chaining 5. Okay, so now that we have 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, you're going to put a double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. Now this is your first chain right here. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4. So on that 4th one, you're going to put a double crochet. There we go. And if you're not sure how to do a double crochet, I would advise to just go to one of the beginner tutorials. There's several out there that shows you how to do the basic stitches. Okay, so you're going to have 2 chains left. So we're going to put 1 double crochet in each chain, because remember the block has 4 double crochets in it. Okay, so when we double crocheted in the 4th chain from the hook, this one right here would be the first double, and then 2nd, 3rd, and now we're going to do the final one. It goes into this last stitch, the last chain right here. Okay, so now we have our block completed for the first row. Okay, so now we're going to start row 2, and when you start a row, you're going to do 6 chains. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And if you remember, I'm just getting some more yarn here. There we go. You're going to double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook sorry about that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So double crochet in here. Oops. Okay. And then you have 2 more to go. So double crochet to the next chain. And you have 1 more to go. So it'll be this last one right here. Take that piece off there. Okay. Okay. So this one is pointing down. That was your first row, your first block. Okay. So now we're going to point it up. Just flip it up. We're going to do the second block of the second row. And for that, you will just go into this space right here of this, between the first and second, oh no, right here. Okay. I'm not very good at explaining. Hopefully, you know, I can do a few more of these so I can get better at explaining things. But hopefully, viewing what I'm doing, it'll make sense. Okay, so since we're starting the block, we're going to chain 3. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now remember, this counts as your first double crochet. So now we need to put 3 more into the same space, and it'll make a total of 4. Okay. The second double, third double, and the fourth. Okay, so now we've completed row 2. So now we have 1 block for the first row, 2 blocks for the second row. Now we're going to do row number 3. So you chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and again on the 4th chain from the hook, you're going to do your second double, because this right here is going to create your first double. Okay, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So right here we're going to do the second double crochet. See how it created that first double to the second. Now you have 2 more to go. So it goes into this next chain right here. And your last one, which is going to be this chain right here. Okay, so that makes it 4. So that's the first block of the 3rd row. Okay, so these are pointing down. We need to point them up. Okay, so on this, in here, in this chain, the space right here, we're going to slip stitch. Okay, and we're going to do a block. So the block starts with 3 chains. So that's 1, 2, 3. Now we need to put 3 double crochets into that into that same space. I'm sorry, I went off camera there. Okay, so that's okay. Let's do another one. That's going to do your 3rd double crochet, and if you need to, go ahead and you can fold that down so it'll be out of your way. Okay, so now we have 3. I promise you guys I will get better at this. I just need a little bit more practice on doing video tutorials. Okay, so that's your second block on the 3rd row. Now we're going to do the 3rd and final block of this 3rd row. So we're going to come over here to this space and slip stitch, and we're going to begin the last block. So we're going to chain 3. That's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now we're going to put 3 more double crochets in there in that same space. Okay, 1, grab some more yarn. finish that double crochet. So now we have 3. We need 1 more. Okay, so now we've completed that 3rd row. Okay, there we go. So that's 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to start the 4th and final row. Remember, we're going to start with the 6 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Double crochet into that 4th chain. Oh goodness, I'm so sorry. Yeah, double crochet into the 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'm sorry about that. Okay. We're going to do another double crochet into that next chain. Oops. Uh-oh. Okay, let me get that out of there. I think it's split. Okay, here we go. Try this again. There we go. Oops. I welcome constructive criticism, but be nice. 1, 2. That's 3. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yes. Did I do? Okay. Hold on, guys. I might have had 1 too many chains on there, so let's do this again. Sorry about that. And these things do happen. I mean, it's an easy fix. It's nothing to fret about. Okay, so let's start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So right here. There we go. It's 2. It's the 3rd double crochet. And the 4th one. Yeah, I had just chained too many. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to flip this over like this. And we're going to slip stitch in here. What I need to do is look through the camera and not at my hands. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. Oops. It's okay if it's split. There we go. Okay, now we're going to do 3 more into the same space. Oh, goodness. Okay, let's do another one. That makes it 3. We need 1 more. Okay, I think it'd go a whole lot better if I just look through the camera and not directly at my hands. Okay, we got that done. Yay! Okay, now come over here, slip stitch in here. We're almost done with this row. Okay, chain 3. That's 2, 3. 3 doubles into the same space. I'm trying to get close so you guys can see what I'm doing. That's 3, 1 more. Okay, we completed that one. Let me grab more yarn. Okay, so now we're going to slip stitch in here. Oops, there we go. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 more doubles in the same space. That's 3, one more. And we're done. Okay, so we should have 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you can see it's taking shape. Now we're going to start on the decreases, and it's really simple. Okay, so here we're going to chain 1, and you're going to flip it over. You're only going to chain 1. Okay, now only on this first row here of the beginning of the decreases, we're going to do a slip stitch in here into the very first stitch right here at the base. So we're going to slip stitch. Okay, slip stitch 2 more times till we get to the space. Okay, now we're at the space, so in here we're going to slip stitch again, and there we go. Now we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and again 3 more double crochets in here. I'm going to go a little bit faster, because by now you should have the idea that of how many you have to put in each space. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Come over here to this next block and slip stitch in here. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 more doubles in here. Okay, we have 3, 1 more. Okay, we're done with that. Okay, now we're going to slip stitch in here. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Again, 3 more doubles into space. Oops. I'm not this clumsy, guys. It's just I'm on camera. Okay. Okay, come on. Come on, there we go. Oops, sorry. 3. Okay, let's do 1 more. Like they say, practice makes perfect, maybe? Or makes better, I should say, not perfect. We're not all perfect, although some people are. Okay, and then slip stitch in here. Oh, this is the last. We're not going to go any more up. Okay, so we're just going to slip stitch right here. Because now we have to decrease on this side. Okay. Okay, let's see. So we're going to chain 1. I'm going to turn it. Now this time you're going to skip this right here. And you're going to go into this next stitch. And we're going to slip stitch. So slip stitch there. 2 more times. And there. And slip stitch in there. Come on. There we go. Now we're at the space. We're going to slip stitch into the space. because we're decreasing now. Okay, now we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 more doubles in here. You know, and it's such a good feeling once you complete it, that you look back and you say, hey, I really did this. 1, 2. Okay. I'm going to do 2 more. Oops, sorry. Okay, 1 more. Okay, we're done with that one. Let's go up here to this one. Slip stitch in here. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 3 more doubles. The blocks are going to get shorter and shorter. Okay. That's 2. I need to put 2 more in here. And what I mean by getting shorter and shorter is that we're going to go with, when you start your decrease, you start with 4, and then with 3, and then with 2, and then with 1, and then you're done. Just like we are here. We've already come to this part. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, so here we are. Slip stitch in here. We're almost done, guys. Oops, what did I do? Oh, silly me. We need to complete this before we slip stitch, or maybe it got away from me. Okay, so we're back on track. That's 4. Now we're going to slip stitch in here. Okay, but since we're done with that, you're going to chain 1, turn it. Okay, remember you're going to skip this right here, and you're going to slip stitch these next 3, which is this one, going to this one, and this one. That brings us to the space right here. So you're going to slip stitch in here. Okay, and look at us, we're at the very last block. How cool is that? Okay, so now we're going to do chain 3, and then your 3 doubles in here. And this is what I mean, guys, it goes pretty fast, even though I'm going slow. We're almost there. We're about to close up this square. Okay, you're done with that. Okay, and you'll see what I mean before I close it. See, we're done. Now all we got to do is just slip stitch it in here. Oops. Slip. And of course you chain 1, and that's it. And then you just grab your trusty scissors. These are my scissors. Just leave a little bit of a tail, which I'm just going to do right here. And then just, now, and of course you can grab your needle there. Put that through, and then just weave it in. And you can weave it in however you want. So basically I just weave that in here. Oops, I'm sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. Okay, well, you get the gist of it. You just complete that, and there you go, we're done. Yay! How cool is that? Okay, so you can watch this a couple of times, and I know I messed up a little bit by going off camera, but I promise you the next tutorial will be better. I may redo this one over again, but I just wanted to get this out there. Again, this is my first tutorial and whew, but we got through it, and it looks like it's what, 25, almost 26 minutes, but I guarantee you with practice on it, you can get this in half the time. Okay guys, so again, I appreciate you guys watching, and if you have any questions or any suggestions, go ahead and put them in the comments. Be nice, because this is my first tutorial. Okay, oops. And I just knocked over the camera. These things do happen. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, y'all be safe. Take care. Bye.